So as I mentioned, this is in the bedroom, and currently I have set the name to bedroom, and it is a physical switch where I can turn the light on and off. So to get into the setting menu on the switch, you physically have to hold in the top corner here. So you need to connect the switch to get into the settings. You need the Wi-Fi code, and you have a lot of control by getting into this setting menu. So I'll hold in the top corner, and that setting menu will appear here. So you've got Wi-Fi configuration, you have the settings, you have timers, delays, and a little bit of system information. And this is Wi-Fi configuration. So for Wi-Fi configuration, you will need to use this for the QR code to connect the switch originally. So I'm going to push that here. This is telling me that the switch is already connected. It's got my SSID, and then it has my password, obviously. And then to connect it, originally you click the QR code here, and then you're going to scan this QR code. This is for the HomeKit QR code. So if you have the HomeKit switch, you'll have this version. This is what you're scanning into your HomeKit app. But if you're just scanning standard into the app to connect to Amazon and Google, you will click this version here. And so this is how you connect the switch to Wi-Fi. Once you're in the Smart Living app, to connect a switch, you want to click the plus button in the top corner. This will take you to the menu for connecting a smart switch. For the LCD switch, you're going to select L8, select the L8 system, and that will take you to the password and Wi-Fi name. Make sure you're on the 2.4 GHz network, your password and your Wi-Fi name is correct, and then you click search devices. That's going to take you to the QR code, and so you select Wi-Fi configuration on the LCD switch, and you're scanning the QR code on the switch. So if I go into settings here, this will give me a whole bunch of control here. I can change the switch from a 1 gang, 2 gang, 3 gang, but obviously you need and a curtain control. This is for HomeKit, but of course you need the appropriate wiring on the back to do that. So if I turn it to a 2 gang, but I'm only wired to one light, that's not going to do anything. I'm just going to have a switch that does nothing. Then here you can adjust the timer. You can change the time on the switch just under this menu, and you also have the ability to change the background image on the switch. I currently have it to the black one, but you know there's a whole bunch of different options here. White ones, you know, colored ones, very fancy ones, but I have just chosen to go with the black standard one. You can also reset the switch here, and below that you have the screen brightness, which I just actually touched for a demonstration. So that's going to decrease the screen brightness, and if I hold that slider down, then I can increase the brightness at the same time. So adjusting the screen brightness, so I can have it brighter, or I can have it dimmer. So I'm going to keep it dim for this video because it appears better on the video. But you also have the duration that the screen stays bright for. So if you want to adjust the screen light time, for example, so I've got it to 2 minutes 30. So after 2 minutes 30, mine will go into complete dark mode because it is in the bedroom. You don't have to go complete dark. You can have it dim, or you can have it lit at all times. So you can have that on or off depending on what you want for your control. Down here we have the vertical and horizontal, sorry. So obviously there's a vertical installation, so it's very simple for me, and most switches will be vertical installations, but if you did need to go horizontal, you would just push this button here, and that would give you the switch, and then obviously you would turn the switch to a horizontal mounting. So that's a bit in the settings. You've got a bit of power consumption. So I've got the sum of all power in the top corner there. But you can just have power when the light is on, just an active demonstration of the power. And yeah, so that's some of the controls in here. There's some things to play around with, you know, depending on what you want. And then if to go home, you can just push the little home button, and then you are home. And again, the switch is on and off. So again, I'll go back into that setting menu. And this is Wi-Fi configuration. So for Wi-Fi configuration, you will need to use this for the QR code to connect the switch originally. So I'm going to push that here. It's going to this is telling me that the switch is already connected. It's got my SSID, and then it has my password, obviously. And then to connect it, originally you click the QR code here, and then you're going to scan this QR code. This is for the HomeKit QR code. So if you have the HomeKit switch, you'll have this version. This is what you're scanning into your HomeKit app. But if you're just scanning standard into the app to connect to Amazon and Google, you will click this version here. And so this is how you connect the switch to Wi-Fi. You open the app, the Smart Living app, and you scan this code, which will connect it to the Wi-Fi on your phone. But again, if you're using the HomeKit version, in theory, outside of certain control you will lose, you can connect it directly to HomeKit with this QR code. So again, I would recommend connecting it both. So you can do HomeKit first, and then you can connect it to the app, which is going to give you a bit more control. But again, if you're using the Google or Amazon version, you want to connect directly to the Smart Living app, and that's going to give you a lot of control, allow you to change the name of the switch, change the icon, and change some of the settings a little bit more easily than on this screen itself. Anyway, I'll jump into the app a little bit and show you some of the app control that you can do with this switch, changing it around. So I just want to show you, because there is this LCD ring around the switch, and this comes on, and after a while it'll go into a rotation and it'll start changing colors. If you want to turn this off, you have to do this in the app, the Smart Living app, and I can imagine a lot of people will want to turn this off. Some may love it and keep this ring of light on, but to turn it off you need to do it in the Smart Living app. So it's just one reason why even if you're using a HomeKit, you want to connect the switch to the app.